Food safety and hygiene are essential for protecting public health and ensuring high-quality standards in the food industry. Understanding key principles, historical developments, and important terminology helps create safer food systems. In this video, we'll explore the fundamentals of food safety, how standards have evolved over time, and 10 essential terms you need to know. Stick around to build a strong foundation in food safety. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share to help spread valuable insights. This video provides an overview of food safety, a historical perspective on its evolution, and an in-depth look at 10 key terminologies essential to understanding food safety principles. 10. Understanding food safety and its importance. Food safety refers to the handling, preparation, and storage of food in a way that prevents contamination and reduces the risk of foodborne illnesses. Contaminated food can contain harmful bacteria, viruses, parasites, or chemical substances that cause illness or even death. Ensuring food safety is not just about protecting human health, but also maintaining consumer confidence, supporting economic growth, and preventing food wastage. Governments and international organizations, such as the World Health Organization (WHO) and the Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO), have developed guidelines to maintain food safety standards globally. Restaurants, food manufacturers, and even households must adhere to these safety measures to prevent outbreaks of foodborne diseases. 9. The evolution of food safety standards. Food safety has a long history, evolving from simple traditional preservation methods to modern regulations and scientific interventions. In ancient civilizations, people used natural preservatives, such as salt, vinegar, and smoke to extend the shelf life of food. These early methods were effective to some extent, but did not completely eliminate the risks associated with food contamination. During the 19th and 20th centuries, scientific discoveries revolutionized food safety. Louis Pasteur's discovery of pasteurization in the 1860s marked a significant breakthrough in preventing microbial contamination in beverages like milk and wine. The Industrial Revolution led to mass food production, creating the need for stricter hygiene standards. The early 20th century saw the establishment of government agencies, like the U.S. Food and Drug Administration (FDA), to regulate food production. The Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Points (HACCP) system, introduced in the 1960s, became a cornerstone of food safety, focusing on identifying and controlling risks throughout the food production process. Today, food safety regulations continue to evolve, incorporating new technologies, stricter laws, and enhanced global cooperation to ensure the highest standards in food hygiene. 8. Contamination and its impact on food safety. Contamination is one of the biggest threats to food safety. It can occur at any stage of food production, from farming and processing to transportation and storage. There are 3 main types of food contamination: biological, chemical, and physical. Biological contamination is caused by microorganisms, such as bacteria, viruses, and parasites that can lead to foodborne illnesses. Some of the most common culprits include Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria. Chemical contamination occurs when harmful substances, such as pesticides, cleaning agents, or heavy metals, find their way into food products. Consuming chemically contaminated food can lead to poisoning and long-term health issues. Physical contamination happens when foreign objects like glass, plastic, or metal fragments enter food during processing or packaging. These contaminants can cause serious health hazards, including choking and internal injuries. 7. The role of personal hygiene in food safety. Maintaining personal hygiene is a fundamental aspect of food safety. Food handlers, whether in households or professional settings, play a significant role in preventing contamination. Proper hand washing, wearing clean clothing, and using protective gear like gloves and hairnets can significantly reduce the risk of foodborne illnesses. Cross-contamination, where bacteria from raw food transfer to cooked or ready-to-eat food, is a major concern. To prevent this, food handlers must follow strict hygiene practices, such as using separate cutting boards for raw meat and vegetables, and regularly sanitizing kitchen surfaces. 6. The importance of temperature control in food safety. Temperature control is food safety, as improper temperatures can lead to bacterial growth. The danger zone for food is between 4 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees Celsius, where bacteria multiply rapidly. Perishable foods should be stored at the correct temperatures to prevent bacterial growth. Refrigeration slows down bacterial activity, while cooking food at high temperatures kills harmful microorganisms. Freezing food at 18 degrees Celsius or lower prevents bacterial growth, ensuring food remains safe for longer periods. Proper cooling and reheating procedures are equally important. Leftover food should be cooled quickly and stored in airtight containers to prevent contamination. When reheating, food should be heated to at least 74 degrees Celsius to kill any remaining bacteria. 5. The role of food safety regulations and laws. Governments and international organizations have established food safety laws and regulations to protect consumers from unsafe food. These laws set standards for food production, packaging, labeling, and distribution. The FDA, the European Food Safety Authority, and the WHO are some of the key organizations responsible for regulating food safety. They conduct inspections, enforce compliance, and implement policies to prevent foodborne illnesses. Businesses involved in food production must adhere to regulatory requirements, including proper labeling of allergens, maintaining hygiene standards, and ensuring traceability in case of contamination outbreaks. 4. Common foodborne illnesses and their causes. Foodborne illnesses affect millions of people worldwide. Some of the most common foodborne diseases include salmonellosis, caused by Salmonella bacteria, is often linked to raw poultry, eggs, and unpasteurized dairy products. It can cause symptoms like fever, diarrhea, and abdominal cramps. Escherichia coli E. coli infections are associated with contaminated water, raw vegetables, and undercooked meat. Severe cases can lead to kidney failure and other complications. Listeriosis, caused by Listeria bacteria, primarily affects pregnant women, newborns, and individuals with weakened immune systems. It is commonly found in soft cheeses, deli meats, and unpasteurized dairy products. Norovirus infections, often referred to as the stomach flu, spread through contaminated food and water. It causes vomiting, diarrhea, and stomach cramps. 3. Food safety in the home versus food industry. Food safety practices differ between households and the food industry. While restaurants, factories, and food service establishments follow strict regulatory guidelines, individuals must also take responsibility for food safety at home. In the food industry, HACCP systems, regular inspections, and hygiene training are mandatory. In households, simple practices like washing hands before handling food, storing perishables properly, and cooking food thoroughly can prevent illnesses. Both professional food handlers and home cooks must stay informed about food safety principles to minimize health risks. 2. 10 key terminologies in food safety. To understand food safety principles, it is essential to familiarize oneself with key terms. HACCP, a systematic approach to identifying and controlling food safety hazards. Cross-contamination, the transfer of bacteria or contaminants from one surface or food item to another. Pathogens, harmful microorganisms that cause foodborne illnesses. Pasteurization, a heat treatment process that kills harmful bacteria in dairy products, juices, and other foods. Foodborne illness, diseases caused by consuming contaminated food. Allergens, substances in food that can trigger allergic reactions. Preservatives, chemicals or natural substances used to extend the shelf life of food. Sanitization, the process of cleaning and disinfecting surfaces to eliminate bacteria. Shelf life, the period during which food remains safe for consumption. Cold chain, the temperature-controlled supply chain for perishable foods. 1. The future of food safety. Advancements in food safety technology, such as blockchain tracking, AI-driven inspections, and smart packaging, are improving traceability and reducing contamination risks. As food production and consumption continue to evolve, Maintaining high food safety standards will remain essential to global public health. A solid understanding of food safety and hygiene is crucial for maintaining health and quality in food production. Knowing key concepts, historical developments, and essential terms helps ensure compliance and safety. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share so more people can benefit from these insights. For more in-depth learning, visit TransformAcademyHub-01. See you in the next one. Food safety is essential for protecting consumers and ensuring high standards in the food industry. Understanding potential hazards and effective risk management strategies helps prevent contamination and health risks. In this video, we'll explore biological, chemical, and physical hazards, the importance of allergen management, and key risk assessment techniques. Stick around to learn how to identify and control food safety risks. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share to help spread valuable insights. 10. The significance of food safety hazards in public health. Food safety hazards are any biological, chemical, or physical substances that can make food unsafe for consumption. Contaminated food can lead to serious health consequences, including foodborne illnesses, allergic reactions, and long-term health conditions. The risk increases when food is not handled, stored, or prepared properly. Governments and health organizations establish strict regulations to ensure food remains safe, and businesses must follow guidelines to prevent contamination at every stage of the food supply chain. Managing these hazards requires proactive measures, including hazard identification, monitoring, and control strategies. Proper food handling, hygiene practices, and regulatory compliance help prevent foodborne illnesses and protect consumers from potential risks. 9. Biological hazards and their impact on food safety. Biological hazards are among the most common and dangerous food safety threats. These hazards occur when harmful microorganisms, such as bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi, contaminate food. Pathogens like Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria can cause severe foodborne illnesses, leading to hospitalization and, in some cases, fatalities. Microbial contamination often results from improper handling, inadequate cooking, and cross-contamination between raw and cooked foods. Foodborne bacteria thrive in warm and moist environments, making temperature control a key factor in preventing their growth. Proper refrigeration, sanitation, and cooking methods reduce the risk of bacterial contamination, ensuring food remains safe for consumption. 8. Chemical hazards in food and their sources. Chemical hazards occur when food is contaminated with harmful substances, such as pesticides, heavy metals, food additives, and industrial chemicals. These chemicals may enter the food supply through agricultural practices, processing methods, or accidental exposure during storage and transport. Pesticide residues on fruits and vegetables can pose health risks if not properly washed or regulated. Additionally, food processing methods may introduce chemical contaminants, such as preservatives, artificial colorings, or excessive use of flavor enhancers. While food additives can enhance taste, texture, and shelf life, their misuse can cause adverse health effects. To mitigate chemical hazards, food manufacturers must follow strict guidelines on pesticide use, ingredient labeling, and contaminant monitoring. Consumers can also reduce risks by choosing organic produce, thoroughly washing fruits and vegetables, and avoiding processed foods with excessive artificial ingredients. 7. Physical hazards and their consequences. Physical hazards refer to foreign objects that unintentionally enter food products, posing a risk of injury or choking. Common physical contaminants include metal fragments, glass shards, plastic pieces, bone particles, and stones. These hazards can originate from poor manufacturing processes, inadequate quality control, or improper food handling. Physical contaminants can cause injuries such as cuts, broken teeth, and choking incidents. Food production facilities implement strict inspection and quality assurance measures, such as metal detectors and visual screenings, to eliminate physical hazards. Consumers should also inspect food for potential contaminants before consumption to avoid accidental injuries. 6. The importance of allergen management in food safety. Food allergens pose serious risks to individuals with sensitivities, leading to allergic reactions that can range from mild discomfort to life-threatening anaphylaxis. Common food allergens include peanuts, tree nuts, dairy, eggs, soy, wheat, fish, and shellfish. Cross-contact with allergens during food processing or preparation can cause severe reactions in sensitive individuals. Proper allergen management involves clear labeling, dedicated allergen-free preparation areas, and strict cleaning protocols to prevent cross-contact. Restaurants, food manufacturers, and caterers must follow strict allergen control practices to ensure consumer safety. For individuals with food allergies, reading ingredient labels carefully and asking about food preparation methods are essential for avoiding potential allergens. 5. Risk assessment techniques for identifying food safety hazards. Risk assessment is a systematic process used to identify, evaluate, and manage food safety hazards. This approach helps businesses and regulatory bodies determine the likelihood of contamination and its potential impact on public health. The main steps in risk assessment include hazard identification, risk analysis, risk evaluation, and risk control measures. Hazard analysis and critical control points is a widely used risk assessment method that identifies potential hazards at critical points in the food production process. By monitoring these control points, food producers can take corrective actions to prevent contamination before food reaches consumers. Other risk assessment techniques include microbiological testing, chemical analysis, and predictive modeling to assess contamination risks. Implementing these strategies ensures food remains safe and meets regulatory standards. 4. Preventive measures for controlling food safety hazards. Preventing food safety hazards requires a combination of good hygiene practices, proper food handling, and regulatory compliance. Businesses must implement food safety management systems, such as HACCP and ISO 22000, to monitor and control potential hazards. Sanitation and cleaning protocols are also critical in food production. Regular cleaning of surfaces, utensils, and equipment prevents bacterial growth and cross-contamination. Safe water sources and pest control measures further reduce risks in food production environments. 3. The role of food safety regulations and compliance. Governments and international organizations enforce strict food safety regulations to protect consumers from hazards. Regulatory bodies such as the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, the United States Department of Agriculture, the World Health Organization, and the EFSA, European Food Safety Authority, establish safety standards for food production and distribution. Food businesses must comply with food safety laws, which require proper labeling, traceability, and hygiene standards. Inspections and audits ensure companies meet regulatory requirements, and failure to comply can result in penalties, recalls, and loss of consumer trust. Consumers also play a role in food safety by purchasing products from reputable sources, checking expiration dates, and following proper storage and cooking guidelines at home. 2. The future of food safety and emerging technologies. Advancements in technology are transforming food safety measures, improving the ability to detect and prevent contamination. AI-powered food safety monitoring systems, blockchain-based food traceability, and smart sensors for detecting spoilage are revolutionizing how food is tracked and inspected. Blockchain technology enables transparency in the food supply chain by providing real-time tracking of food products from farm to table. This system enhances traceability, allowing authorities to identify contamination sources quickly in case of food recalls. AI and machine learning analyze food safety data to predict contamination risks, enabling businesses to take preventive actions. Automated food testing methods enhance the accuracy and speed of detecting microbial or chemical contamination. 1. The importance of proactive food safety management. Food safety hazards present serious risks to public health, but effective risk management strategies can prevent contamination and protect consumers. By understanding biological, chemical, and physical hazards, businesses and individuals can take proactive steps to ensure food remains safe. Regulatory compliance, proper hygiene, and emerging technologies contribute to a safer food supply chain. Continuous monitoring and risk assessment allow food producers to maintain high safety standards, reducing the chances of foodborne illnesses. Ensuring food safety is a shared responsibility among food businesses, regulatory authorities, and consumers. By prioritizing food safety practices, everyone can contribute to a healthier, safer future for all. Managing food safety hazards effectively reduces risks and ensures consumer protection. By understanding biological, chemical, and physical hazards, implementing allergen management, and applying risk assessment techniques, we can create safer food systems. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share so more people can benefit from these insights. For more in-depth learning, visit TransformAcademyHub-01. See you in the next one. Food safety is a critical part of maintaining quality and protecting consumers. A well-structured food safety management system, HACCP, helps organizations prevent risks and ensure compliance. In this video, we'll introduce ISO 22000:2018, explore HACCP principles, discuss the importance of documentation and record-keeping, and highlight internal audits for continuous improvement. Stick around to learn how HACCP can enhance food safety. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share to help spread valuable insights. 10. The importance of food safety management systems. Food safety is not just about preventing contamination, it is about establishing a culture of safety that permeates every stage of the food production and distribution process. HACCP provides a systematic framework to assess risks, implement preventive measures, and continuously monitor food safety practices. By implementing HACCP, businesses can identify and mitigate potential hazards before they lead to foodborne illnesses. This proactive approach helps reduce food waste, improve production efficiency, and comply with national and international food safety laws. The reputation of food businesses depends on their ability to deliver safe, high-quality products to consumers, and HACCP plays a critical role in ensuring that trust is maintained. 9. Understanding ISO 22000:2018 and its significance. ISO 22000:2018 is a globally recognized standard for food safety management. It outlines requirements for a comprehensive food safety management system that applies to all organizations involved in the food industry. Unlike other food safety standards, ISO 22000 integrates the principles of HACCP with a risk-based approach to managing food safety hazards. The standard focuses on 4 key areas: interactive communication, system management, prerequisite programs, and HACCP principles. Interactive communication ensures that all stakeholders, including suppliers, employees, and regulatory authorities, are aligned in their food safety responsibilities. System management establishes the policies and procedures necessary to maintain food safety. Prerequisite programs cover essential hygiene practices, while HACCP principles provide a structured method for identifying and controlling hazards. Businesses that achieve ISO 22000 certification demonstrate their commitment to food safety and gain a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Compliance with this standard also facilitates international trade, as many countries recognize ISO 22000 as a benchmark for food safety management. 8. Core requirements of ISO 22000:2018. ISO 22000:2018 requires businesses to establish a food safety policy, conduct risk assessments, define critical control points (CCPs), and implement corrective actions. These requirements ensure that food safety risks are identified and managed effectively throughout the supply chain. The standard also emphasizes leadership involvement in food safety management. Business owners and executives must take an active role in promoting a food safety culture, ensuring that all employees understand and follow food safety protocols. Monitoring and verification procedures are another critical component of ISO 22000. Businesses must regularly review their food safety management system to identify areas for improvement. This includes conducting internal audits, analyzing food safety performance, and updating procedures to reflect new risks and regulations. 7. The role of HACCP in food safety management. The hazard analysis and critical control point system is a preventive approach to food safety that identifies and controls potential hazards before they occur. Unlike traditional inspection-based systems, HACCP focuses on preventing contamination at critical points in the food production process. HACCP is widely recognized by food safety authorities worldwide and is a legal requirement for many food businesses. Implementing ensures that food safety risks are systematically analyzed, monitored, and controlled, reducing the likelihood of foodborne illnesses. By adopting HACCP, food businesses can minimize contamination risks, reduce food waste, and improve product quality. HACCP also helps businesses comply with regulatory requirements and enhance consumer confidence in their products. 6. The 7 principles of HACCP implementation. HACCP is based on 7 key principles that guide businesses in maintaining food safety: conducting a hazard analysis, identifying potential biological, chemical, and physical hazards in the food production process, determining critical control points (CCPs), identifying specific points in the process where hazards can be prevented or minimized, establishing critical limits, setting acceptable safety levels for each critical control point, monitoring procedures, implementing continuous monitoring to ensure critical control points remain within safe limits. Corrective actions. Taking immediate action when monitoring shows that a critical control point is out of compliance. Verification procedures. Regularly reviewing and validating HACCP procedures to ensure effectiveness. Record keeping and documentation. Maintaining detailed records of food safety processes to demonstrate compliance. By following these principles, businesses can effectively manage food safety risks and prevent contamination before food reaches consumers. 5. Documentation and record keeping in FSMS. Proper documentation is a fundamental requirement of FSMS as it provides evidence of compliance with food safety regulations. Detailed records help businesses track food safety performance, identify trends, and implement corrective actions when necessary. Documentation includes food safety policies, hazard analysis reports, training records, supplier evaluations, and inspection reports. Keeping accurate records ensures transparency and accountability in food safety management. Regulatory bodies often require businesses to present documentation during audits and inspections. Without proper documentation, food businesses may struggle to prove compliance with food safety standards, increasing the risk of penalties and legal issues. 4. The importance of internal audits in FSMS. Internal audits are essential for evaluating the effectiveness of an FSMS. These audits help businesses identify weaknesses, assess compliance with food safety standards, and ensure that corrective actions are implemented when needed. Regular internal audits enable businesses to proactively address potential issues before they lead to safety risks. Auditors review food safety procedures, employee adherence to hygiene protocols, and documentation records to ensure compliance with ISO 22000 and HACCP requirements. Audits also provide valuable insights into areas that require improvement, allowing businesses to refine their food safety management practices continuously. 3. Continuous improvement strategies for food safety management. Food safety management is an ongoing process that requires continuous improvement. Businesses must regularly review and update their food safety policies, risk assessments, and operational procedures. Emerging food safety risks, technological advancements, and regulatory changes necessitate constant adaptation. Continuous improvement strategies include employee training programs, upgrading food processing technologies, and enhancing monitoring techniques. Regular feedback from internal audits, customer complaints, and industry developments helps businesses refine their food safety management practices. 2. Employee training and awareness in FSMS. A strong food safety culture begins with well-trained employees. Food handlers, managers, and quality control teams must receive comprehensive training on food safety principles, hygiene practices, and hazard management. Regular training sessions ensure that employees stay updated on new food safety regulations and best practices. Engaging employees in food safety initiatives fosters a sense of responsibility, reducing the likelihood of contamination and safety breaches. 1. Strengthening food safety through effective management systems. Food safety management systems are critical in preventing contamination, ensuring regulatory compliance, and protecting public health. By adopting ISO 22000-2018, implementing HACCP principles, maintaining accurate documentation, and conducting internal audits, businesses can create a robust food safety framework. Continuous improvement and employee training further enhance food safety practices, ensuring that risks are minimized at every stage of food production. Businesses that prioritize food safety management not only protect consumers, but also gain a competitive advantage in the marketplace. With an effective FSMS in place, food businesses can build trust, meet global safety standards, and contribute to a healthier food supply chain for future generations. A strong food safety management system ensures compliance, improves quality, and enhances consumer trust. Understanding ISO 22000-2018, implementing HACCP, maintaining proper records, and conducting regular audits all contribute to a safer food industry. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share so more people can benefit from these insights. For more in-depth learning, visit Transform AcademyHub-01. See you in the next one. Food safety regulations play a crucial role in ensuring public health and maintaining industry standards. Understanding global, national, and regional legal frameworks helps businesses stay compliant and avoid risks. In this video, we'll explore international food safety regulations, key legislation in the USA and UK, and effective compliance strategies. Stick around to learn how legal frameworks shape food safety practices. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share to help spread valuable insights. 10. The role of global food safety regulations. Global food safety regulations provide a standardized approach to food safety, ensuring that food products meet health and safety requirements regardless of their origin. International bodies such as the Codex Alimentarius Commission, the World Health Organization, and the Food and Agriculture Organization set global guidelines for food safety, hygiene, and hazard control. The Codex Alimentarius, developed by the Food and Agriculture Organization and World Health Organization, serves as a global reference for food safety standards. It provides guidelines on food hygiene, contaminant limits, and food labeling to ensure fair trade and consumer protection. Many countries base their food safety laws on Codex recommendations, aligning national regulations with international standards. Harmonized global food safety standards facilitate international trade by ensuring that food products meet consistent safety criteria. Companies that export food products must comply with both international and country-specific regulations to access global markets. 9. Understanding national and regional food safety legislation. Food safety laws vary by country, reflecting different regulatory approaches and public health priorities. National governments implement food safety regulations to protect consumers and prevent foodborne diseases. These laws cover various aspects, including food production, processing, packaging, labeling, and distribution. In the United States, the Food Safety Modernization Act is the primary food safety law. Enforced by the Food and Drug Administration, FSMA focuses on preventing contamination rather than responding to foodborne illness outbreaks. It mandates that food businesses implement preventive controls, conduct risk assessments, and comply with strict sanitation standards. The United States Department of Agriculture also plays a crucial role in regulating meat, poultry, and egg products. In the United Kingdom, food safety is regulated by the Food Standards Agency and governed by laws such as the Food Safety Act 1990 and the General Food Law Regulation 178 by 2002. These regulations ensure that food businesses maintain hygiene standards, properly label products, and prevent contamination. Following Brexit, the UK continues to align its food safety regulations with EU standards while developing independent policies. 8. Key differences between US and UK food safety regulations. While both the US and UK emphasize food safety, their regulatory approaches differ. The US system relies on a combination of federal and state regulations, with different agencies overseeing specific food products. The UK follows a centralized approach, with the FSA coordinating food safety regulations across England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. while Food Standards Scotland FSS manages regulations in Scotland. The US FSMA requires preventive controls, while the UK and EU regulations focus on hazard-based approaches, such as HACCP, hazard analysis, and critical control points. Additionally, the UK enforces stricter food labeling regulations, requiring businesses to provide detailed allergen information, whereas the US follows different labeling requirements under the FDA's Food Labeling Guide. 7. Food safety regulations in the European Union. The European Union has some of the most stringent food safety regulations in the world. The General Food Law Regulation 178 by 2002 serves as the foundation for food safety in the EU, establishing risk assessment principles, traceability requirements, and food recall procedures. The European Food Safety Authority (EFSA) conducts scientific assessments to evaluate food safety risks and provide recommendations for regulatory decisions. The Rapid Alert System for Food and Feed (RASFF) allows EU member states to exchange information about food safety incidents and take swift action to remove unsafe products from the market. The EU's farm-to-fork strategy emphasizes sustainable food production, reducing the use of harmful pesticides and antibiotics while ensuring high food safety standards. Companies that export food products to the EU must comply with these regulations to gain market access. 6. The importance of food safety compliance. Compliance with food safety regulations is critical for businesses to operate legally and maintain consumer confidence. Non-compliance can result in legal penalties, product recalls, reputational damage, and financial losses. Food businesses must develop robust food safety management systems to meet regulatory requirements and avoid violations. Regulatory agencies conduct routine inspections, audits, and product testing to ensure compliance. Businesses found violating food safety laws may face fines, license suspensions, or legal action. In extreme cases, unsafe food products can lead to consumer illness, lawsuits, and permanent business closure. 5. Developing a food safety compliance strategy. To ensure compliance with food safety regulations, businesses must develop a comprehensive food safety strategy. This includes understanding regulatory requirements. Businesses must stay informed about national and international food safety laws that apply to their operations. Implementing FSMS and HACCP, establishing a structured food safety management system, FSMS, and adopting HACCP principles ensures that hazards are identified and controlled. Conducting regular audits and inspections. Internal audits help identify gaps in compliance and allow businesses to correct potential risks before regulatory inspections. Training employees on food safety. The staff must be trained in food safety regulations, hygiene practices, and proper handling techniques. Maintaining proper documentation. Accurate record-keeping of food safety procedures, test results, and corrective actions provides evidence of compliance during inspections. 4. The role of third-party certifications in food safety compliance. Third-party food safety certifications help businesses demonstrate their commitment to high safety standards. Certifications such as ISO 22000 BRCGS, British Retail Consortium Global Standards, SQF, Safe Quality Food, and FSSC 22000, Food Safety System Certification, provide globally recognized benchmarks for food safety compliance. These certifications require businesses to undergo rigorous audits, implement HACCP principles, and continuously improve food safety practices. Many retailers and distributors require suppliers to obtain third-party certifications before they can sell products in certain markets. 3. Addressing emerging challenges in food safety regulations. Food safety regulations are constantly evolving in response to new challenges. Emerging threats such as antimicrobial resistance, climate change, and global food fraud require businesses to adapt their food safety strategies. The rise of e-commerce and online food delivery has introduced new regulatory concerns, as food businesses must ensure proper storage, transportation, and hygiene standards for perishable products. Governments continue to update food safety laws to address these modern challenges. 2. The impact of non-compliance on businesses and consumers. Failure to comply with food safety regulations can have severe consequences. Contaminated food products can lead to outbreaks of foodborne illnesses, resulting in hospitalizations, lawsuits, and damaged brand reputation. Food recalls are costly and can result in financial losses for businesses. Additionally, companies that repeatedly violate food safety regulations may face permanent closure, bans from international markets, and legal action from consumers and regulatory authorities. 1. Strengthening food safety through legal compliance. A strong legal and regulatory framework is essential for ensuring food safety. Global, national, and regional food safety regulations establish guidelines that protect consumers, promote fair trade, and maintain industry standards. Food businesses must stay updated on changing regulations, implement effective food safety management systems, and undergo regular audits to ensure compliance. By prioritizing food safety and adhering to legal requirements, businesses can build consumer trust, avoid legal penalties, and contribute to a safer global food supply chain. Compliance with food safety regulations is essential for protecting consumers and maintaining industry standards. By understanding global frameworks, national laws, and effective compliance strategies, businesses can ensure food safety and legal adherence. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share so more people can benefit from these insights. For more in-depth learning, visit TransformAcademyHub-01. See you in the next one. A strong food safety culture is key to maintaining high standards and preventing contamination. Proper training and supervision ensure that food handlers follow best practices, while clear roles and responsibilities help maintain compliance. In this video, we'll explore how to develop a food safety culture, the importance of training, and the key responsibilities in food safety. Stick around to learn how to build a workplace that prioritizes food safety. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share to help spread valuable insights. 10. Understanding the importance of food safety culture. A food safety culture goes beyond written policies and training programs. It is about creating an environment where food safety is a daily priority rather than a checklist item. Organizations that build a strong food safety culture ensure that every employee, from top management to frontline workers, understands their role in protecting consumers. When food safety culture is weak, employees may cut corners, ignore safety protocols, or fail to report potential hazards. This can lead to food contamination, recalls, and reputational damage. On the other hand, businesses that prioritize food safety at all levels prevent risks before they become crises, ensuring safer food production and distribution. A strong food safety culture requires constant reinforcement through training, leadership involvement, and employee engagement. Without these factors, businesses may struggle to maintain high standards, even if they have excellent policies in place. It is the daily actions of workers, managers, and executives that determine the overall success of food safety efforts. 9. Leadership's role in establishing a food safety culture. Leadership plays a key role in shaping food safety culture. Managers and executives must lead by example, demonstrating commitment to food safety through actions, not just words. Employees are more likely to take food safety seriously when they see their leaders actively enforcing hygiene standards, investing in training, and holding everyone accountable. Leaders should promote open communication about food safety concerns, encouraging employees to report issues without fear of punishment. A transparent reporting system allows businesses to identify and address risks before they escalate into serious problems. Leadership must also allocate resources for better food safety initiatives, including hiring skilled food safety professionals, purchasing advanced equipment, and implementing new technologies that enhance safety measures. 8. Training and supervision of food handlers. Food handlers are on the front lines of food safety. Their actions directly impact the cleanliness and safety of food products. Proper training ensures that employees understand how to handle, store, and prepare food in a way that prevents contamination. Training programs should cover essential topics, including personal hygiene, such as hand washing, the use of gloves, and proper attire. It should also include cross-contamination prevention by keeping raw and cooked foods separate temperature control to ensure proper cooking, cooling and storage temperatures, and cleaning and sanitation to maintain clean work surfaces and equipment. Supervision is equally important. Even well-trained employees may become complacent over time, making it essential for supervisors to conduct regular inspections and provide ongoing guidance. Supervisors must ensure that food handlers consistently follow safety protocols and correct mistakes immediately. When employees receive regular feedback and are reminded of the importance of food safety, they are more likely to stay vigilant. 7. Methods for delivering effective food safety training. Training should be engaging, practical, and continuous. Employees learn best when they can relate the training to their daily tasks. Some of the most effective training methods include hands-on demonstrations, where employees practice safe food handling techniques in real time, interactive workshops that involve group discussions and problem-solving exercises help reinforce learning. To maintain a strong food safety culture, businesses must offer ongoing training rather than one-time sessions. Refresher courses help employees stay updated on food safety regulations and best practices. Organizations should also customize training programs based on the specific risks and challenges they face. For example, a seafood processing plant may need specialized training on handling raw fish, while a bakery may focus more on allergen management. 6. The role of personal responsibility in food safety. Food safety is a shared responsibility between employees, managers, and business owners. Each individual must be aware of their role in maintaining food safety standards. Employees should feel accountable for following hygiene protocols and preventing contamination risks. Encouraging personal responsibility involves teaching employees to recognize and report hazards immediately, reinforcing the idea that small mistakes can lead to serious consequences, and providing incentives for employees who consistently follow food safety protocols. Personal responsibility also extends to understanding the impact of unsafe food handling practices. Employees should be made aware of real-world cases of foodborne illness outbreaks and their devastating effects on public health and businesses. 5. Addressing common challenges in food safety training. Despite best efforts, some businesses struggle with food safety training and compliance. Common challenges include high employee turnover, which requires continuous training efforts. Language barriers can also make it difficult for employees to understand food safety protocols, making multilingual training materials necessary. A lack of engagement can occur when employees find training repetitive or uninteresting, reducing its effectiveness. Overcoming these challenges requires tailored training programs that address the specific needs of employees and the organization. Using real-life examples, interactive learning methods, and practical applications can make training more effective. Employees should also be encouraged to ask questions and share their own experiences with food safety to create a more engaging learning environment. 4. Integrating food safety into daily operations. A strong food safety culture means that safety practices become second nature to employees. Instead of seeing food safety as an extra task, employees should integrate it into their daily routines. Businesses can encourage this by posting visual reminders in kitchens and work areas, using checklists to ensure procedures are followed, and holding regular food safety meetings to reinforce training. When food safety is part of the company's daily operations, employees are more likely to adopt safe habits consistently. Businesses should also invest in technology that makes compliance easier, such as temperature monitoring systems, automated food safety reporting tools, and digital checklists for routine inspections. 3. Measuring the effectiveness of food safety culture. To ensure that food safety culture is strong and effective, businesses must measure its impact. This can be done through employee assessments, which include quizzes and evaluations to test knowledge retention. Observation audits conducted by supervisors help monitor employee behavior to ensure compliance. Customer feedback, particularly complaints about food quality, may indicate food safety lapses. Regular evaluations help businesses identify areas for improvement and adjust training programs as needed. Businesses should also set measurable goals, such as reducing food safety violations, improving audit scores, or decreasing instances of cross-contamination. 2. Encouraging a proactive approach to food safety. A proactive approach to food safety prevents problems before they arise. Employees should be trained to anticipate and eliminate risks rather than just reacting to violations. This can be achieved by encouraging employees to speak up about potential hazards, conducting risk assessments to identify vulnerabilities, and rewarding employees who actively contribute to food safety initiatives. Businesses should also promote innovation in food safety by staying updated on the latest industry trends, such as advanced cleaning technologies and improved food storage techniques. 1. Sustaining a strong food safety culture. A strong food safety culture requires commitment, training, and continuous improvement. Businesses that prioritize food safety benefit from fewer foodborne illness incidents, higher consumer trust, and improved compliance with regulations. Food safety should not be an afterthought. It should be embedded in the organization's values, reinforced through effective training, and upheld by leadership and employees alike. By fostering a culture where food safety is a shared responsibility, businesses can ensure long-term success and public health protection. A positive food safety culture, proper training, and clear roles ensure safe food handling and compliance. Investing in education and supervision helps prevent risks and improve industry standards. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share so more people can benefit from these insights. For more in-depth learning, visit TransformAcademyHub-01. See you in the next one. Effective crisis management is essential in food safety to prevent risks and protect public health. Proper incident handling, thorough investigations, and clear communication can minimize damage and ensure swift resolution. In this video, we'll explore crisis management strategies, food safety incident reporting, and the importance of communication during emergencies. Stick around to learn how to handle food safety crises effectively. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share to help spread valuable insights. 10. Understanding crisis management in food safety. Crisis management in food safety involves a structured approach to preventing, detecting, and responding to food-related emergencies. A crisis can arise from various factors, including bacterial contamination, chemical exposure, allergen mislabeling, and supply chain failures. Each of these risks can result in food recalls, illnesses, or even fatalities if not managed properly. A well-developed crisis management plan is the foundation of an effective response. This plan should outline roles and responsibilities, establish protocols for identifying and containing food safety hazards, and define clear communication strategies. Companies must regularly review and update their crisis management plans to reflect emerging threats and industry best practices. 9. The role of preparedness in preventing food safety incidents. Preventing food safety incidents begins with strong preparation. Businesses should conduct regular risk assessments to identify potential hazards in their operations. Preventative measures, such as strict hygiene practices, temperature control, and supplier audits, help reduce the likelihood of contamination. Mock crisis drills can help teams practice responding to different food safety emergencies. These drills should simulate real-world scenarios, testing how employees handle product recalls, foodborne illness reports, or contamination detection. Training employees to recognize early warning signs of food safety issues also strengthens the company's ability to act before a crisis escalates. 8. Investigating food safety incidents. When a food safety incident occurs, conducting a thorough investigation is critical to understanding what went wrong and preventing future occurrences. A proper investigation includes identifying the source of contamination, tracing the affected products, and analyzing where the breakdown in food safety controls happened. Investigators should follow a step-by-step process, which includes gathering evidence such as food samples, production records, and employee testimonies. Scientific testing, such as microbiological analysis, helps determine whether bacteria, chemicals, or allergens were involved. Companies must also collaborate with regulatory agencies, to ensure compliance with investigation protocols. Root cause analysis is an essential tool in incident investigations. This process goes beyond identifying immediate causes and examines deeper systemic issues that may have contributed to the failure. For example, if a batch of food is contaminated, was it due to an employee mistake, a supplier issue, or inadequate sanitation procedures? Understanding the true cause allows businesses to implement long-term corrective actions. 7. Reporting food safety incidents. Legal and ethical considerations. Reporting food safety incidents is a legal requirement in many countries. Governments and regulatory bodies have strict guidelines for how and when businesses must report food contamination or recalls. Companies that fail to report incidents can face severe penalties, including fines, lawsuits, and business shutdowns. Timely and transparent reporting is not just a legal obligation, it is also an ethical responsibility. Consumers trust food businesses to provide safe products, and delaying or hiding information about a food safety incident can put lives at risk. Regulatory agencies, such as the U.S. Food and Drug Administration (FDA) and the UK's Food Standards Agency (FSA), have clear reporting requirements that businesses must follow. Companies should have dedicated teams responsible for handling regulatory reporting. These teams must be well-versed in legal requirements and ensure that all necessary documentation is submitted to authorities. Proper record-keeping is essential, as it provides evidence of compliance and can help protect businesses from liability. 6. Effective recall strategies for contaminated products. When a food safety crisis occurs, recalling contaminated products is often necessary to protect consumers. A successful recall strategy includes quickly identifying affected products, removing them from distribution channels, and informing consumers about potential risks. Recalls must be handled systematically to ensure that all unsafe products are removed efficiently. Businesses should have pre-established recall plans that outline the steps to take in case of contamination. This includes having clear communication strategies to notify retailers, suppliers, and customers. Traceability systems play a key role in efficient recalls. With modern technology, businesses can track food products throughout the supply chain, making it easier to pinpoint affected batches. Companies should also test their recall procedures periodically to ensure they can execute them effectively in real-world situations. 5. Communication during a food safety crisis. Clear and transparent communication is crucial during a food safety crisis. Poor communication can lead to misinformation, panic, and loss of consumer trust. Businesses must develop communication plans that ensure accurate and timely information reaches all relevant parties, including regulatory agencies, employees, media, and the public. Crisis communication should focus on honesty, clarity, and responsibility. Businesses should acknowledge the issue, explain what actions they are taking to resolve it, and provide guidance to affected consumers. Press releases, social media updates, and direct communication with customers can help control the narrative and prevent misinformation from spreading. 4. The importance of internal communication in crisis management. Internal communication within an organization is just as important as external messaging. Employees must be well informed about the situation and understand their roles in the crisis response. Confusion or lack of information among staff can lead to operational delays and errors. Businesses should have a designated crisis management team responsible for coordinating internal communications. This team should provide employees with clear instructions, updates on the crisis response efforts, and guidelines on how to handle customer inquiries. Open communication channels ensure that all employees are on the same page and working towards a common goal. 3. Restoring consumer trust after a food safety incident. Recovering from a food safety crisis requires more than just addressing the immediate problem. Companies must work to rebuild trust with consumers, suppliers, and regulatory bodies. A transparent approach, where businesses take responsibility and demonstrate corrective actions, helps restore confidence. Businesses should focus on long-term improvements, such as strengthening food safety controls, investing in better training, and enhancing supply chain monitoring. Public relations efforts, including outreach campaigns and partnerships with food safety organizations, can also help rebuild a company's image. 2. Learning from past food safety crises. Many food companies have faced significant food safety crises, and studying these cases provides valuable lessons. Incidents such as the 1993 Jack in the Box E. coli outbreak and the 2008 Pina Corporation of America salmonella contamination highlight the devastating impact of poor food safety management. Analyzing past cases allows businesses to understand common mistakes, such as delayed recalls, lack of transparency, or inadequate safety protocols. Learning from these examples helps organizations strengthen their own crisis management strategies and avoid similar pitfalls. 1. Strengthening crisis preparedness for the future. Food safety crises are inevitable, but how a business responds determines its long-term success. Companies that prioritize crisis management planning, effective communication, and continuous improvement are better equipped to handle emergencies. Preventative measures, including thorough employee training, regular safety audits, and strong supplier partnerships, reduce the likelihood of food safety incidents. However, when a crisis does occur, businesses must act quickly, take responsibility, and implement corrective actions to prevent future occurrences. By fostering a culture of safety, transparency, and accountability, businesses can protect both consumers and their own reputations. In an industry where trust is everything, a well-managed crisis response can make the difference between survival and failure. Strong crisis management and clear communication are key to handling food safety incidents effectively. By implementing proper investigation, reporting, and response strategies, businesses can protect consumers and maintain trust. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share so more people can benefit from these insights. For more in-depth learning, visit TransformAcademyHub-01. See you in the next one. Medical fitness is a crucial requirement for food handlers to ensure public health and food safety. Certification processes vary across different countries, but all aim to prevent contamination and maintain hygiene standards. In this video, we'll explore the importance of medical fitness for food handlers, the certification process in various regions, and the case study on Qatar's approach. Stick around to learn how food safety regulations protect consumers. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share to help spread valuable insights. Ensuring that food handlers are medically fit is a fundamental aspect of food safety. Individuals working in the food industry come into direct contact with food products, making them potential carriers of infections or contaminants if they are not in good health. Many countries have established strict medical fitness and certification processes to regulate the health conditions of food handlers, preventing the spread of foodborne diseases and ensuring consumer safety. Qatar, like many other nations, has implemented comprehensive medical fitness requirements for food handlers, ensuring that those involved in food preparation and service are free from communicable diseases. The certification process in Qatar is part of a broader food safety framework that aligns with international best practices. A comparison of Qatar's certification system with other countries, such as the USA and UK, provides insights into how different governments prioritize public health through regulatory measures. 10. Understanding the importance of medical fitness for food handlers. Medical fitness is a critical requirement for food handlers because they work in close proximity to consumable products. The risk of transmitting diseases through contaminated hands, saliva, or bodily fluids makes it essential to assess and monitor their health regularly. Food handlers suffering from infectious diseases, such as hepatitis A, typhoid, or tuberculosis, can unknowingly spread bacteria and viruses, leading to outbreaks of foodborne illnesses. Beyond protecting consumers, medical fitness also safeguards businesses. Food establishments that fail to comply with health regulations risk severe penalties, loss of reputation, and even shutdowns. Many foodborne illness outbreaks have been traced back to sick food handlers, highlighting the need for rigorous medical screening and certification. 9. The role of governments in regulating food handler health. to prevent health risks associated with food handlers. Governments worldwide impose medical fitness requirements through laws and regulations. In Qatar, the Ministry of Public Health oversees medical examinations for food handlers, ensuring they meet the necessary health standards before being granted work permits. Other countries, such as the USA and UK, also have strict guidelines regarding food handler certification. While regulatory agencies differ from one country to another, the overall goal remains the same: preventing the spread of infectious diseases through food handling. In most cases, medical certification is required before an individual can begin working in the food industry. 8. The Food Handler's Certificate and its significance. A food handler's certificate is an official document proving that an individual has met the health and safety standards required to work in the food industry. This certification is usually issued after completing medical examinations and food safety training. Many countries make this certification mandatory for employment in restaurants, food processing plants, catering services, and other food-related businesses. In addition to medical screening, food handlers often undergo training on hygiene, safe food handling techniques, and prevention of cross-contamination. This ensures that they not only meet health requirements, but also understand their role in maintaining food safety. 7. Medical screening requirements in Qatar. Qatar has a structured system for medical screening of food handlers. Before receiving a food handler certificate, individuals must pass a series of medical tests. These tests typically include screenings for infectious diseases such as tuberculosis, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, typhoid, and respiratory infections. Medical screenings are conducted at designated health centers under the supervision of the MOPH. Workers who pass the screening receive their certification, allowing them to work legally in food-related establishments. Those who fail the medical tests are either required to undergo treatment or are deemed unfit for food handling roles. 6. Food handler certification process in the USA. In the USA, food handler certification varies by state, but all states have some form of regulation in place. The Food and Drug Administration (FDA) provides guidelines for food safety, while state and local health departments enforce food handler requirements. Most states require food handlers to complete a basic food safety training course and pass an exam before receiving a certification. In some states, such as California and Texas, certification is mandatory, and food handlers must renew their certification periodically. While medical fitness screenings are not always required, workers are encouraged to stay home if they exhibit symptoms of infectious diseases. 5. Food handler certification process in the UK. In the UK, food safety laws are governed by the Food Standards Agency (FSA). Unlike Qatar, the UK does not mandate medical examinations for food handlers. Instead, food businesses are responsible for ensuring their employees are fit to work. Food handlers in the UK must complete food hygiene training, covering topics such as proper hand washing, temperature control, and prevention of cross-contamination. Employers are encouraged to monitor the health of their workers and ensure that anyone with symptoms of a foodborne illness does not handle food until they recover. 4. Food handler certification process in other countries. Many other countries follow a similar approach to Qatar, requiring both medical screening and certification. For example, in the UAE, food handlers must undergo regular medical checkups and training before receiving work permits. In Singapore, the National Environment Agency requires food handlers to pass medical exams for diseases such as tuberculosis and typhoid before receiving certification. These regulations reflect a global trend towards stricter food safety measures, ensuring that food handlers do not pose a risk to public health. Countries with high food safety standards recognize that both medical fitness and proper training are crucial to preventing contamination. 3. The impact of medical fitness certification on public health. Requiring medical fitness certification for food handlers has significantly reduced foodborne illness outbreaks in countries that enforce strict regulations. In Qatar, routine medical checks ensure that food handlers do not carry infectious diseases that could be transmitted through food. The impact of medical screening is evident in reduced cases of foodborne infections, increased consumer confidence, and improved overall hygiene in the food industry. Countries that enforce medical certification have fewer outbreaks linked to sick food handlers compared to those that rely solely on self-reporting of illness. 2. Challenges in enforcing medical fitness requirements. Despite the benefits, enforcing medical fitness requirements comes with challenges. In some countries, the cost of medical examinations can be a burden for food handlers, especially for low-wage workers. Delays in processing medical certificates can also create difficulties for businesses that need to hire staff quickly. Additionally, some workers may attempt to bypass health checks or provide false medical records. Governments must implement strict verification processes to ensure compliance and prevent unfit individuals from working in food establishments. 1. Strengthening food handler certification for a safer future. Medical fitness and certification for food handlers are essential components of food safety. Qatar's approach, which includes mandatory medical screenings, sets a strong example for ensuring public health. By comparing this system with those in the USA and UK, it is clear that different countries adopt varying strategies based on their regulatory priorities. While medical screening is highly effective in preventing foodborne illnesses, proper food safety training and workplace monitoring are equally important. Governments and businesses must work together to maintain high hygiene standards, ensure workers receive necessary health screenings, and educate employees on safe food handling practices. In an era where food safety is a top concern, strengthening medical fitness certification and ensuring compliance with regulations will protect consumers and build a healthier food industry worldwide. Ensuring medical fitness and proper certification for food handlers is essential for maintaining hygiene and preventing foodborne illnesses. Understanding global certification processes helps businesses comply with regulations and uphold food safety standards. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share so more people can benefit from these insights. For more in-depth learning, visit Transform AcademyHub.com. See you in the next one.